Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about how to stop absorbing other people's energy and how to protect your energy, how to be strong in the core of being yourself, how to stop absorbing what's around you and stand in your authentic presence, stand in your authentic energy, your authentic vibration. So, are you often affected by the energy around you? Are you often touched by certain emotions of people around you? Because if that's so, it means that you are a more empathic person. And it's not, some people think it's a curse, some people think it's a bad thing, but it's actually a truly beautiful thing because it helps us to understand others much better. It helps us to be more empathic towards others. So it is a beautiful gift, but if we don't know how to master it, we may be victims of that gift. So to go from a victim to a master, it's required a certain understanding of the energy, of how your energy body works, how you are often affected by the energy around you, and what's your purest energy, how it feels like when you are the purest version of yourself. How often you get into the purest version of yourself so you can understand yourself on that purest possible level. Because once we understand ourselves on the purest possible level, it's much easier to sense and to recognize what is pulling us out of that state. Because that's where we start to recognize, well, we need to recharge ourselves. We need to take care of our mental state. We need to take care of our emotional state. We need to work on our emotional intelligence. We need to work on our mindset. We need to work on how to stay more grounded. So those are the things which are important to understand when it comes to absorption of the energy around us. So how to know yourself better? Well, to me, an important thing is to find a way, to find something which helps me to get into the peak state. I love working out, I love to go outside on a bike, I love to go visit places like that, to remove myself a little bit outside of the society, to remind myself of that importance of quietness, importance of humbleness, importance of being grounded. And all of those things helps me to get back into my peak state, get back to who I truly am. So I'm doing that really, really often. And I'm talking about that because we need to find a way to get into a peak state. For example, when you start your day, how you start your day. Are you going for a run? Are you going for a long walk? Or are you grabbing your phone and as soon as you wake up you start distracting your mind? Because all of these things affects our energy system. And whatever affects our minds will affect our emotions. And once we fall deep into a certain emotional expressions, we'll lose the power over how to self-regulate, how to regulate ourselves emotionally. So once we find a way of how to get into the peak state, it's much easier to get more familiar with that state of being. So what is our peak state? Our peak state is the state where we are the happiest version of ourselves, the most creative version of ourselves, the most productive version of ourselves, the most compassionate, the most joyful, the most loving, the most passionate version of ourselves. This is our peak state. So whatever can bring you that, whatever can provide you that, or whatever can awaken that, that's what works for you. Sometimes meditation can bring us there. Sometimes just asking ourselves how joy feels like can bring us there. Have you noticed that when you are in the peak state, in your peak state, nothing around you can touch you, nothing around you can move you. You are true to yourself, and you are not pushing anything to others. You are just being an example, right? When we are in that peak state, we are not teaching others. We are just being an example. Whoever wants to follow us will follow us, but whoever don't want to follow us, we don't care. We accept everyone the way they are, because we're not doing things for others. We're doing things for ourselves, but we are open to help those who need our help, those who are open to receive our help. And that's a great self-mastery, because we are not affected so much of what people say around us, or what people do around us, or how people feel around us. We take care of whom we bring to the society, like what we are embodying, what kind of presence we bring into the society, what kind of state of being we allow ourselves to project in the society. And this is, to me, an important understanding, because so many people are lost in trying to be somebody else. We all know that we can't be nobody else but ourselves. But most people don't know who they are, so they are constantly trying to be somebody. And I'm constantly reminding you that all you truly need to be is yourself, and all you truly need to do is to know who is yourself. What are your natural gifts, talents, passions? How can you authentically express more love? How can you authentically be more honest and true to yourself and others? So if you want to learn to stop absorbing the energy of others, the emotions of others, be your greatest version you can be, and you will never absorb what's around you. You will only project what's within you. That's where we start affecting everything that's around us with a greater compassion and greater love. Because, it's all about being conscious, being more conscious of ourselves, being more aware. And what's consciousness all about? Because we see nature is conscious intelligence. We see nature is all about unity. Everything in nature is connected, like plants, trees, animals, clouds, everything, all the elements in nature are connected. They are cooperating together. They are the expression of consciousness, the pure expression of consciousness. And we are that same expression of consciousness, just that we have our own minds, we have our free will, we can express ourselves our own way, and we can think our own way. And that's what is distracting us from cooperating with nature, because we have that ability to think for ourselves, and if we don't know how to think, we'll always be a product of our environment. And the matrix has become such a weird system, which is not actually teaching us how to live properly, how to live one with nature, because nobody is actually, not many people are promoting that connection that is the source of everything. So we need to learn for ourselves how to cooperate, how to live as the nature is living, how to connect with one another, how to express ourselves kindly and positively, not to force certain positivity, but rather to find true positivity within us, and to navigate ourselves from that state of positive perception. So when it comes to consciousness, we see consciousness is all about unity. It's about oneness. It's about connection. It's about support to all different aspects of itself. So when we are becoming more conscious, we are becoming more supportive, more loving, more understandable, or understanding, we are seeking greater understanding. And as we are becoming more conscious, it means that we start expressing more of that love, more of that understanding, more of that compassion for one another, kindness for one another. And that's why people which are going through those phases of spiritual awakening are becoming less affected of their environment, and they are becoming actually more effective in the environment for providing greater good for all. That's where people become creators, people start serving others, people start helping others in infinite different possible ways. So if you want to learn to stop being always affected by emotions of others, you need to get more often into your peak state, into the greatest possible state of being yourself. And in order to get there, you need to learn what works for you, what helps you to get there, what's your way, what kind of workout can help you, what kind of meditation can help you, what kind of mindset can help you, what kind of knowledge can help you. Do you need to learn something maybe about quantum physics to understand a bit more about reality, maybe a bit something about psychology, maybe a bit something about biology, or understanding about our belief system, or understanding about our emotional system, maybe something about epigenetics to understand that your mind actually affects on your body, and when you change your mind, you change your magnetic field that your heart is generating. So it means that when you change your mind, when you change the way you look on life, you will automatically start attracting people which are more aligned with that new outlook on your life that you have, with your new values, with your new perception. So those are the changes we are working on. And in order to make these changes, we need to also understand who we want to demonstrate today. Like what kind of emotions we want to demonstrate today. Do we want to demonstrate more kindness on the world? Do we want to demonstrate more passion on the world? Do we want to demonstrate more peace on the world, or more compassion or more love on the world? Do we want to demonstrate a greater understanding on the world, acceptance on the world, forgiveness on the world? And when we feel drained out, then we go to places like that, then we do the things which helps us to recharge our batteries. The biggest reason that people are often affected by others is because their batteries are running out. They're like on 1% of energy level. And when we are on that 1% or 10% of percents of energy level, then everything is manipulating us, everything is affecting on us. So it's hard to find ourselves if we are drained out. That's, why it is so important to always know where you are on that energetic level, to always know, is it time to push yourself, is it time to go and express yourself, or is it time to recharge yourself? And often people say, well, I don't have time for that. If you don't have time to recharge your energy, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. Because this is truly the most important thing. This is truly the most important thing, to learn to recharge our energies so we can give our greatest possible version we can be to people around us, to the society, to that system. That's what is changing the system. If you're not changing the system, the question is, who is leading that system? We can always pull somebody down, like it's that person's fault, it's that person's fault that the system is the way it is. But we have all the power to change it. And it all starts in the way we project our energy outside of us, the way we express ourselves, the way we think, the way we talk, the way we feel, the way we act, the way we behave, what we do, It's all in our power. Nobody else can make those things for you. We all know that. Nobody else can make those things for us. It's our power. So I want to remind you to take care of that. And you will feel much, much better, and you will feel less manipulated by the energies around you. You will feel much less drowned out. And another thing that will help you so much on that process is to stop judging others and stop comparing yourself with others. And it's something we've been trained to work like that, to think like that, to always, judge one another, to always compare ourselves with others. And we all know comparison is a thief of joy, right? So every time we compare ourselves with others, we drain ourselves from so much of that joyful energy, and we all know where it is leading us. So my friends, do just the opposite. Learn to accept people as they are, because you can't change them. And it's not your job to change others. Your job is to be your greatest self and to learn to express it the best possible way. That's self-mastery to me. Be your greatest version of yourself. Be the greatest possible version of yourself and learn to express it in the society. And it's a process. We are like rewiring our brain so we can learn to do that. People will say, what are you doing with your life? People will say, what are you talking about? People will say, you're changing. There's something wrong with you. But as long as you're feeling good about yourself, you're doing a great job. As long as you're feeling joyful and you know that it's coming from your heart, it's coming from love, it is resonating with love within you, you know that you're doing the right job. So always follow what resonates with you. Always follow what your heart says to you. And you will see that you are a great difference on the world. You are the change that you wish to see. So recognize what kind of changes you wish to see on the world and become it. And ask yourself every time when something doesn't feel right, ask yourself, how could you make it better? Or if there's a way you could make it better, how could you do it better? What could be your contribution to that? Because it is, to me, one of the greatest inspirations that I'm doing what I'm doing is that sense of contribution. I am sharing myself with others with a great hope that maybe it can touch somebody, to give them a sense that it is possible to make another step into a positive direction. Doesn't matter where we are, doesn't matter how stuck we are, there's always a way to make another step into that positive direction. It's always there, If we're living in a field of infinite potentials, then the great question is why we are always choosing the most negative ones, why we are always choosing the most painful ones. And the answer is because we don't know how to choose differently, how to choose more positive ones. Why we are always affected by negativity? Because we choose to be affected by that. If we want to be affected by positivity, we need to choose positivity. We need to let go of what is not supporting us. Sometimes, because of our habitual patterns, we're doing the things which are not resonating with us, and we don't even know they're not resonating with us. We just recognize few weeks later that our mind is filled with stories which have no sense. And I'm sharing with you some positive stories which can uplift your spirit a little bit if you tune with them. And you ask yourself, could I actually do something about it? Could I actually embody what that guy is talking about? Could I actually try some of what that guy is talking about? And let's see if it works. Let's see if I can actually be a greater example, firstly for myself. What will happen when I will start doing everything I say to myself that I will do? Firstly, your self-confidence will rise, you will feel better, you will feel stronger because you will see that there's more power within you than you ever thought. you will recognize that the cure to procrastination is to start doing small things you said to yourself that you will do, and then of course letting go of what is not supporting that path. That's what helped me to get where I am right now, to build this YouTube channel, to start making a living out of what I love to do the most, doing my art, expressing my heart on the canvas. You know, for all of you who know my art, you know that that's something I'm really passionate about. So my friends, if any of this is resonating with you, I'm happy for you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this beautiful AttractPassion community. I love you all, my friends. And to everyone who needs some daily reminders, also go and check out my Instagram page, AttractPassion, where I'm sharing quick daily messages, quick reminders. And also, if you want to see my art gallery, go and check out my other Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, where I'm sharing my art with you. Also, thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Insta shop, I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. I will leave you here. I will enjoy the sun, and probably I go to swim a little bit. It's a beautiful sea right here, truly beautiful. So my friends, thanks for being here. Till next time, one love.